What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Friends of Mortgage Heroes. I'm Brian.
I'm Will.
And today we're joined by a very inspiring individual. Property Smarts nominated top 20 San Diego real estate on social media. And he's also a U.S. Marine veteran, a golf enthusiast, a father, a husband. Please give a warm welcome to today's guest, Douglas DJ Gutierrez, owner of Beyond the Keys Realty.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that, bro. Yeah, I'm going to have to save that and play it every time.
Start off
The
your
good thing
day.
we have it on paper for you.
Yeah.
Nice. So what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. You know, I've been seeing what you guys been doing. You know, we're talking behind the scenes, and I'm real excited to put some words on the track and
Yeah.
see what happens.
No,
Heck
that's
yeah.
awesome.
So before we get started, I really believe it's important for our audience to connect with you, not just in the business side, but also on the personal side. So, if you could share with us a little background, of where you were before you got to where you're at now and what passionately drives you in your work right now in real estate.
Yeah, that's it's a good question. So, as the intro stated, I was in the Marine Corps. That's really all I knew. I didn't really have any real estate background, just 17 years old. All I knew was I'm joining the military, and wherever that path in the universe takes me, that's where we're going.
Nice.
And, I did 6 years in the Marine Corps, stationed in San Diego, stationed in San Francisco. And then, things happen in the military, and, you decide to go one route versus the other. So we decided to get out, and, at that point, you got to figure out what's next.
You sure do.
You're just like, yeah, I just did this, 6-year venture. Now what's next? And
That's a good way to put it. 6-year venture in San Diego and San Francisco. Horrible, by the way.
Yeah.
wasn't bad at all. Yeah, I absolutely.
People probably hate when you mention that.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, because, dude, there are some places.
Oh, yeah.
I had buddies, shout out to everyone in 29 Palms. Cause,
Oh, hey, shout out my boy. He's out there. He was out there too.
good luck, bro.
War stories.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's so many horrible places you can be, but I've been blessed. I guess my path wasn't to deploy. That's what I wanted to do. I signed up to, I think we're in Afghanistan at the time, maybe
Okay.
Iraq, but I think both.
Yeah.
When I was in, so I was ready to go, but they said you're not going, and you got other plans. And when I got out of the military, needed something to do. Wife and I were always into real estate. We wanted to flip. We wanted something bigger.
Yeah.
And, you go to a transition. The Marine Corps does a really good job. I don't know any other branches, how they transition out, but the Marine Corps, I think, does a great job on the transition, except for the VA loan.
Yeah.
So,
They dropped the ball there always.
oh, you know what it is? And I think I cracked the code on it. The military is only as good as the higher-ups, right? And if they don't know, nobody else is going to at all. If they're like, I've never bought a house, I lived on base, this is the life you should live, then that's the life you're going to be taught.
So you get
I see what
passed
you're
on the
saying.
information that others went through in life experiences.
Exactly, yeah. So, and then you just take that and run. So, when you go to the transition class, one of them is buying a house. Like, hey, where are you going to live? Buy a house. You have a veteran loan.
Gotcha.
And most people think you can only use that loan as a veteran,
Yeah.
right? You can't use it shit.
Yeah.
If I knew now, I knew now.
I was stationed here in San Diego in 2009,
Oh, my God.
so I could have bought, I could have been
Yeah,
living
yeah,
in
yeah.
Ocean View Hills.
That's when I think Obama was actually giving a $9,000 credit, too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So-
You just don't know, right? And then I went to San Francisco, right? I could have doubled up over there,
True.
bought and sold. Now they're in multi-millions, just traditional real
Wow.
estate.
So
right?
you're already getting ready to take over the world. Look at you.
Hindsight.
Yeah, hindsight.
Yeah, but when
I know.
you're boots on the ground and you're in there, you're just like, okay, And
Yeah.
so you get to the class and it's like, hey, Friday at 3, we're gonna teach you about the VA loan. Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. You get there, it's 3:00, and they're like, 1-800-VA. Call them. Good luck. By the way, have a good weekend. You're gone. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, that's what it is. And
Wow.
based on that, I was just like, you know what? I think I could. I have enough influence. I've been around a lot, and my generation only knows Facebook and Instagram. Instagram was barely popping at that time, and I had all my people on Facebook, right? And so just hey, why not learn, spread the message, and see what happens? And here we are today.
Wow. That's awesome.
So what was those defining moments, leading into your career that, you said, damn, I'm born to do this. This is what I want to do.
I still haven't had that.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I to be honest, I still feel that there is another calling for me. But
like that.
being able to give back without asking for anything, that's what's been life changing for sure. It's just like
so rewarding, huh?
yeah, so rewarding. Like, I don't care. I mean, everyone wants to get in this business for what? Time and freedom.
Yeah.
And money.
Yeah.
But when you throw out all that stuff and you just genuinely show up and be good to people, the universe is going to give back times 10.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel. So I don't think I found my true passion or calling yet.
Okay.
So running on that subject, in a recent podcast with, I believe, Vicky Sandoval, you spoke about the importance of relationships and how you cultivate your relationships with your clients. Can you share a little bit about the philosophies and the works you put into building the relationships and how you go about maintaining them?
Y'all do your research, huh?
Yeah, no, a lot.
Yeah, dang, y'all in there, huh? Okay, yeah, hats off to you guys. So, no, I'm, when I got into real estate, 2016?
Okay.
Right? 2016, 2017,
Wow.
right? During that time, that's when, and I'll stand on the soapbox and say this. That's when social media became the front runner for real estate, right? I think before that, it was the cold calling, the door knocks, it was on the pavement.
The typical stuff.
Typical.
Traditional.
Traditional. And then now social media came in and, young kids like us are like, oh, I love Facebook. I love Instagram. I don't mind, creating a vlog and just having people watch
That's
me
right.
type thing, right?
Yeah.
That's when that shift came. But during that time, it was like what separated people was being able to generate leads, right?
Gotcha.
It's being able to pay an advertising service, get a lead back, and then ultimately what separates everyone is who's going to make the calls.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because your sales skills could suck.
Yeah.
But if you called and you got someone to just say hello, it's over.
That's it. It's over. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
literally it. You don't need to have the perfect script. You just got to handle it.
Yeah.
Take action.
And so from that, I realized what I was. I track everything, track and measure. You have to. So
Well, you were in the military.
yeah, and I learned that in boot camp. I actually learned a good phrase. One of my drill instructors, Staff Sergeant Donald, he was like, "Hey, you have to inspect what you expect."
Nice.
And that has sat with me forever.
Yeah.
So taking that into this business, tracking and measuring, and being able to see, okay, I got this lead from here, this lead from here, and then you just start tallying it up. I'm getting all of my leads from referrals. I'm getting all of my leads from people. So instead of going out and paying Zillow, Facebook, running Instagram ads, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month,
Yeah.
why not give it to the people who are already giving you leads?
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Invest it into them. So, and that, which now we have the Beyond the Keys loyalty program that we give back to our clients. But from there, it was always give to them.
Gotcha.
I
I like that.
My first year, I was like, dude, you want a washer and dryer? You got it. If your house doesn't come with a fridge, don't worry about it. You need $5,000 for closing costs? Take it. Who cares, right? Because one, I have to fight 18-year veterans and set myself apart. So first year, I'm like, if I don't make a profit, I ended up closing 16 transactions.
Okay.
If I don't make a profit, it's all good because I'm investing into these leads.
Yeah.
Right. These people, these relationships, and then ultimately cultivating that. Right. Being in front of them. I wouldn't say always being the person they see on social media, but genuinely engaging. Oh, guys, you just went to Disneyland. Let me double tap and
Gotcha.
that. Let me send them a text and, oh my God, that birthday party with your kid was so cute. Right.
Nice.
It's actually being there beyond the transaction, which ironically is how I came up with the
Play on
name
the
Beyond
word.
the Keys.
I like
Love it.
that.
That's how I came
Love
up.
it.
Yeah, it's just being there beyond the
Yeah.
keys, essentially, because you guys can
Yeah.
count 10 people right now that it's just transactional. Boom,
Oh, yeah.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, no. You know what I like about that is you were the Robin Hood of the real estate, right? Giving people hope. And here's the thing: this is, they asked you the question, what do you like best? What do you think you were meant? For me, I just love giving back. It's all about building a community, right? Yeah. But when you're actually doing with the actions, man, that just really starts setting you apart, right?
It does.
Because now I can be, hey, mom, go buy a home. You got to go to DJ.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you need a stove, and the microwave, he'll throw that in there.
Yeah.
No, right? So that's pretty freaking awesome. So good for you.
Thank you.
You're the Robin Hood in that, and then you're encouraging the community. That's just, come on now.
Yeah, no, it bridged the gap very well. And, shout out to all the clients and people that have referred.
Yes.
Without them, it's nothing,
Yeah. All right.
So in a real estate world, bro, where a lot of us could be similar to the same looked at by the consumer, how would you say you differentiate yourself, your company, and your team? how do you guys go up against other types of, industry members?
Yeah. We answer the phone.
Yeah.
I love it.
Period.
That's actually one of the things that
Done.
you didn't answer the phone.
Yeah.
It always comes up.
Period. Like all the time, right? Like especially you guys and being in this industry with the loans
Yes.
and real estate, it's literally just, but showing up. So answering the phone could just be so different. It's just actually being there. Hey, I said I was going to call you at 3. Even if I can't make the call, hey guys, something came up. Can I call you back at this better time?
Yeah.
And instead of no showing or not answering, it's just being there when you say you're going to be there.
Yeah.
So you saying that, are you the kind of person that puts in their voice message, please don't call me after 5, I'll return your call the following day.
were
And
just
then
talking about
Saturday,
this.
Sundays, is it closed?
Yeah,
is
that's funny you
that
brought
what
that
we're
up.
hearing here?
No. You know what's funny about that? Actually, now that I'm in the position that I'm in, I actually say I don't answer the phone before 12.
Gotcha.
But iPhone has a call forwarding system, and I'm fortunate enough to have a salaried assistant, and I forward her all the calls. So right now, if someone called me, she's getting the call.
Nice.
So it's
Shouts out
somebody,
assistant.
somebody is answering the phone
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah,
no matter what.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, someone's going to ask you something, you're going to be like, hey, and her name's Alexa. Hey, Alexa,
Yeah, there you go.
can you do this? Hey, Alexa, can you do that? So just go to her
Yeah.
already,
Nice.
you know?
Well, it's similar like on our end. Like we have our support team. If we need something,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, let me check in with my team. And your team is an extension of you. So therefore, you're still getting taken care of by.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
you, 100%.
Yeah.
They
You
are
know, and DJ, here's my pet peeve with people not answering their phones, right? When they're getting out of work, yes, they're going home, they're tired, but they start thinking, hey, if they're not a home buyer, or they're looking to refinance or do whatever they're doing, or just PCS, that's the point in time where they start thinking they have the time to ask those questions, So when I hear people, I won't answer my phone, if you call me after 5, I'm going to call you the next day. It's kind of like, what?
Yeah. You just lost all your business. Like when I started off on the phones, crushing phones. The first year I made like 15,000 phone calls. Something
Wow.
crazy. But my success came between the hours of 7 and 9 p.m.
There we go.
Because that's when the kids are down.
Yep.
The people are laying in bed.
Yep.
They're having the conversation with the person. Are we really going to do this? And then it's like, ring, ring, ring. Hey,
We were just talking about this.
we were just, you know what I mean? So, and I always question like the traditional guys, like the door knockers and all that, like who came up with these times? Like door knock between 7 and 9 a.m. But it's like,
Were
aren't
they
people at
they
work?
Were they work? Who's answering
Did
the
you
door?
really even door knock? Like why? Like we got door knocked actually last night at 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And we were cooking dinner in the middle of everything. We didn't answer, but because you got
Yeah,
the ring,
yeah,
you
yeah,
got
yeah.
the
ring.
Okay, and you see someone walk up with that little iPad, you're like, no, one's
Yeah,
home.
not
You know?
getting sold today.
Yeah, and then so I'm like, why don't people door knock during that time?
Yeah.
But everyone wants to be home with their kids, their family. I get it, but sometimes it takes sacrifice.
Yeah, you know,
100%.
I think our world, is just been more private now, right? When we're having these cameras, like you mentioned, I'll just go on my cell phone and it's like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not home right now, but what's going on?
Yeah.
But the first thing that we do, guys, is when we get out of work, right? We go home, and if you park your car inside, you just
That's it.
close that door.
You shut off.
You're done, right? It's like something about that garage door just closing. It's like you kind of turn
is it for
things
the
off
day.
at times for other solicitors. But when it comes to clients, obviously, we have to pick it up because that's when they have the best questions. And I'd rather answer that question at that time, which is something your philosophy, versus bringing it over the next day or they forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I feel it comes with our, with the territory. I mean, where we got into this industry, it's a 24/7, not a 9 to 5. So there's times that I pick up the phone at 10 p.m. Why? Because hey, I have the phone in my hand. My client texted me. I can reply easily. Let me reply back right now. And sometimes doing that is the glue that basically sticks everything together.
Absolutely.
And they're like, that's my guy. Like I can go to him whenever I'm in a distress. I'm having, thoughts, second thoughts, thinking about it. But boom, he replied back to me. He gave me the reassurance. Boom, I could go to sleep,
Yeah.
wake up tomorrow, sign a document.
All good. Yeah, no,
awesome.
I tell the clients, I'm a 24/7, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to, which also means I am going to answer your question within 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So if it's like 11:30, if it's
Yeah,
2
no,
a.m.
of course.
No, but text it. Text it to me. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the first thing we see. Call me so I have the missed call. Even if you call and hang up,
At least I know.
But write down the question because you'll call. Hey, what happened? I forgot.
Yeah.
It's
So
like, just text it.
this is all good stuff. I have a question for you. What made you get into, I'm getting out of the military, I'm joining real estate?
Yeah. My wife.
All right.
Yeah. She was the one that said, gave me that extra push.
Okay.
Right. We're watching, DIY shows, you know,
TLC.
real estate's coming, right? And you know, I think I do well at explaining and guiding and teaching. You know, I've been leading Marines since I was 18 years old. You know, I was a corporal E4 in charge of 20, 30 people at a time at night. I wasn't even able to drink.
Yeah.
And I'm in charge of people, right? Their lives, their livelihood. They're coming to me and saying, hey, can you help me with this car buying process? I've never bought a car myself, but we're going to go do this, you know, but I'm the person responsible for them. So I had a natural act for leadership and teaching. And when we got the whole information about the VA loan and how little it was, we just kind of, you know, brainstormed and said, you know, I think this is something that, you know, and I say we because, you know, she's been a big support of my business. So it's like, we can definitely do this. And, you know, and if it doesn't work, hey, like,
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But you were too glued to those DIY, you know, shows. So you're like, it's going to work.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, we're, you know, we have no way. We're going to figure this thing out.
How long was it before you got out of the military that you said, hey, I'm taking my license, I'm doing this, and...
Oh, man, like no break.
No break.
No break. I mean, because, like, I got a wife.
Yeah.
You know, like, and we moved from, you know, our own place.
Yeah.
And then we moved into her childhood home.
Wow.
And her bedroom. And it's just me and her, and obviously her family and her mom. And it's just like, no, I have no choice. So,
there you go.
When I, you know, my uncle was in loans at the time. And I just reached out and said, hey, like, I'm thinking about getting in. What do you think? He introduced me to Martha. Martha introduced me to Victoria.
Oh, cool.
And then I started off as her assistant.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then, you know, I started her assistant. She's like, I all I do is military. I do a lot of military, and I'm like, oh, perfect. You know, here comes the universe throwing down the path, right? And then, you know, started the assistant. Took me, 6-7 times to pass the test. And then, you know, I was like, yeah, bro, like, that's no joke. Like, no joke. But
I cried when I passed mine, bro. It's just,
yeah,
just
no,
for context.
it was
We.
tough.
we.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough. And then that was it. And then it was just like, you know, as her assistant, you know, and then you leverage, you know, the VA benefits, yes. And then from there, you just go at it.
See, here's the thing, the misconception when we go into social media too, right? It could be a little misleading. Not that they're doing it intentionally, but we only have a few minutes or a minute to explain what we're doing and show success. But in your case, you're saying you made the sacrifice to live in one bedroom with the in-laws, you know, and people don't see that you have to make these sacrifices to get to where you're at.
You do.
You know?
Yeah. This business is a sacrifice. Whether it's sacrificing your time with your family, with your kids, you're sacrificing something. So might as well integrate it all. And, you know, hey, if I can't go to that birthday party, like the first year, I didn't go to no one's function. I didn't go to no birthday party.
I had no friends.
Nothing. Yeah. Like I was the guy who put out the open houses at 7 a.m., the open house signs, went and did my showings, grabbed lunch at Vaughn's, you know, they got the little sandwiches and stuff, and then went to the open house from 1 to 4, locked up, picked up the signs, and then we're showing houses again.
Wow.
Especially summer, don't go down 7, 8 o'clock.
You got all day.
So we're locked in. Like,
yeah.
We have no choice but to get out of this bedroom, get into our own place, and see what happens.
How long did that take?
To at least a year.
Wow. Okay. A sacrifice for a year, one bedroom. Honey.
Yeah. No, we're in there. I mean, hey, mother-in-law cooks very well. So, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm not mad.
Smacking.
Yeah, smacking. Yeah, we smacking. And so we just did our thing, and, you know, we moved into we got real lucky, 2-bedroom apartment in Mission Valley. Yeah, it was really dope. And then from there, you know, 2 years taxes, was able to find the house, and, you know, and then
So it took you 2 years from the time you got your license to get your personal property.
I would say 3.
3 years,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, 3 years. So 1 year in a bedroom, another year in our own place, and then we moved from that one to.
Now, I'm sure you remember that first transaction that you closed too, because you were super excited, right? I did an open house. Yeah. I door knocked because that's the way I was taught to do. Yeah. I talked to everybody and the neighbors and the dog too, you know, gave them a treat, what have you. How long did it take you to get that first deal?
6 months.
6 months? Yeah, look at that. That's crazy.
But I'm lazy.
Yeah.
You know,
doesn't sound like it.
There's a reason why I became an administrative specialist in the Marine Corps.
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to be out in the cold. I'm not trying to be out in the heat. I hate the rain. So I was like, what puts me indoors and I still get all the benefits,
I
right?
mean, to me, it sounds like you're just, you know what you want. You're smart about it, and you're like, hey, this is what I'm taking. I'm not taking all that.
Yeah.
I know where that leads. I
Yeah.
know what I want.
I mean,
know-
it
I call
doesn't
it
go.
like that.
It doesn't get cold in California, really. Come on, maybe San Francisco. It's raining a little
Yeah,
cooler,
yeah.
but San Diego.
True. No,
But that's
true.
awesome. Yes, thanks.
And that's how it is. And so the company that I went with Victoria, they were real big on just calling leads.
Gotcha.
And I was like, cool. I'd rather be calling for 3 hours than outside pounding the pavement for 3 hours. And then, just crushing the phones, open houses. And then boom, next thing you know, like, oh yeah, I'm interested in buying. I'm military. So am I.
Yeah.
Now we can have that conversation, the different lingo, right? Because civilian lingo and military lingo is totally different.
Very.
And, I think I have a good personality. We gravitate there. And hey, being on my first transaction, I got you. Nothing's going to go wrong here.
That's
Trust
awesome.
me. And then, just boom. From
Everything
there.
went smooth.
Yeah.
Wow.
So bringing it back to social media, I feel like on social media, similar to what William was saying, like everyone's a top producer, everyone's doing great, everyone's crushing it, right? But there is more behind the curtain. And how has social media been an advantage and a challenge, and how have you combined that to be, ultimately a weapon for you to produce?
Yeah, no, good question. It definitely has been a weapon. I put all my time, energy, and effort into that. It could be challenging at some point because you're like, man, I gotta sit here in front of a camera. I gotta put myself out there, and then you're balancing everyone has the double, the business profile and the personal profile. So you're balancing all of that, and it's just like, why hide something? Like, put it all together. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, all good. Like, I even tell my clients, like, just because you got referred to me, like, if you don't want to work with us, cool. Let me send you somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, it's about you guys and getting taken care of. It's not about us. So that's how it's been really able to help us. And it's been able to, credibility, being a 18 to 21-year-old kid in the Marine Corps and, just living life.
Yeah.
And then now you don't have no credibility at all. So now being able to leverage that and saying, no, wait, look at my reviews.
It's like your resume.
Look at that is your resume.
100%.
So that, and if you use social media as a resume, then, it helps.
100%, because even when I meet someone new and I'm at a networking event or anyone for that matter, I ask for their social media before I ask for their number. Why? Because they're more inclined to give me their social media than their phone number and email. So once I get their social media, now I know who they are, what they're all about before I even took time to try to create a relationship.
Yeah.
By the time I already analyze, took my time to really get to know this person.
Right.
Now I know it's going to be a connect. Probably not just another follower, but everybody's using it as a first source of point to know whether it's going to be a connection or just another follower. And similar to me, like for me, social media has expanded the way that I'm able to reach people. I actually come from knocking doors. I used to sell security systems and concrete, and I knocked on his door.
Okay.
I didn't
Is that how you guys
open.
met?
No. We go two way back.
He's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly.
But,
we didn't know that when we met, but actually Brian was best friends with my son Christian.
Okay.
So that's how he came around.
Yeah. So when I joined the dark side, I was knocking doors.
Dark side. Why you call it the dark side?
Because everybody wants the house, but nobody wants the debt.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, when you posted that video, that post the other day, you're like, yeah, realtor, if you made it. I'm like, what about lenders, bro?
No, yeah, I remember that.
That's
no,
crazy.
you know what? Let's just say this.
Yeah.
I've always, had a dark side for the lenders because it's like, bro, like, if you just have a good relationship with an agent, you're taken care of.
Yeah.
Like I remember talking to lenders, and then somebody slipped and was like, "Yeah, I just need 20 of you, and that's my whole. I'm good. I don't even have to work. I don't have prospect. I don't got to do anything." Because think about it. Like let's just say you have.
Yeah.
Let's just take it simple. Let's just say you have 10 producing agents.
Yeah.
That do 20 transactions a year, and you magically get half of those. That's 100 transactions. 10 times 10. That's 100.
Yeah.
Do you really have to do anything else? And we get so caught up in, I got to do 50. I got to do 100. Everyone gets so caught up in being better than everyone else and doing this. And it's just like, well, do you even know how much you need to live?
Yeah.
Or how much you need to invest? Let's start there. And for some people, it's like 10 transactions.
Wow.
And then they're stressing about 30 when all they need to get is 10.
Yeah.
Like that's why I keep it simple. Every year I go in, 36 transactions, 4 flips, 1 buy.
Nice.
That's it. If I get more, great.
Thank you. Amen.
If I get
the
less,
standard.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
But that's
So-
my
Thank you
goal.
for sharing
So
that.
have you seen the movie Jerry Maguire?
Yes. Show me the money.
There you go. You know, and that's what it was all about. It was it was all about relationship, right?
Yeah.
It was like it didn't matter about all the numbers because we do get lost in the sauce.
We do.
And I'm just glad that you
that's
picked that up, you know, so early in your career. But again, all the influence, I know we talked about where you moved here, there.
Yeah.
I think all your upbringing, you bring it here and all you're doing is how do I give back?
Yeah.
And then you're planted in the military where you're supposed to watch each other's back.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Always,
Yes.
brother.
You know? And so thank you for your service.
Thank you.
But I think that all that stuff is just huge influence to just molding you to what you want to become and how you're going to give back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I thank you for that.
You know?
I accept that and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a lot.
And I love the name, Beyond the Keys. Like you're just thinking way further than that. It's not like here you go and right.
No, and that's what I saw the big disconnect because a lot of top producers, like they don't know, they're always searching for the next client. They don't know anything about their current clients. And I was like, dude, so we're sitting on the couch, wife and I are like, you know, we're gonna branch out from, how do I say it, from somebody who's like catering you,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, you know, if you're at a team, you have some sort of safety net. But then it's like, well, if you branch out, let's see if we can actually do this.
Yeah.
Because we can always go back to the team. You know, like they're going to be there.
Yeah.
But now when you branch out and you're on your own, and then now you got to really think about a name, think about your brand, think about who you are, right? Because
Yeah.
no one cares about the company. No one cares if you're with Real, with EXP, with Big Block.
Yep.
Who cares?
Yes.
They care about first you as the individual. And then if you do decide to go the company name versus team route, because for agents, it's just Team Gutierrez, but
Yeah.
it's selfish. It's all eyes on me. That's why I don't do
like that.
client appreciation events.
Yeah.
Because there's still a subliminal message there. Everyone's like, oh, it's for the clients. I'm giving back. Then why do you have all the cameras there?
Gotcha.
Why are you the one up on stage preaching down to everyone? That's why I don't do
Whoa.
them, because it's not about them.
Yeah.
It is, but you're leveraging them to get what? Referrals, to get exposure, to get all of those things. So
Nice.
I try to keep it simple. Try to say, what do we do good?
Okay.
And that's when she like I said, I credit my wife for a lot. She's like, well, you always go above and beyond.
Awesome.
And I'm like, above and beyond.
Let him cook.
Beyond the keys, right? Oh, that's nice. But I don't like it. You know, it sat for a
Let it
minute.
cook for
you
a
know?
little bit,
Yeah,
let
yeah.
it
And then
cook.
you just start throwing it out there and talking
Start
about
using
it.
it.
Start using
Yeah.
You're like, I like this. I like
It rolls
this.
off nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah. And
does.
that's how it came about. You know, just going above and beyond and being there for when people need you.
That's awesome, man. So what can a person expect when they come to your team? And how many people are on your team? Two questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So I decided to get out of the rat race 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I was in coaching, I was in training, and everyone's like, "Hey, to get out of the race, you need to bring on staff, our team, right? And bring on agents. And when you bring on the agents, if you want to stop working weekends and stop showing houses, you need to pay someone."
Gotcha.
So it was 50-50 splits, right? And then, so I'm like, but now everything gets pushed up to you. I mean, you know, pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you're sitting there being pressurized, you're like, is this the life I want?
When is it going to turn into a diamond?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, when, bro, when? And you're just sitting there and you're
God,
like,
I know.
oh, dude. And then you're like, okay, CEO hat, COO
Yeah.
hat, you know, father hat, husband hat, you know, mentor hat, and you're just social media hat, you know, company hat. Like, and you're just like seeing all these things and you're like, bro, I don't know if I want to be in that rat race.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I want, you know, to be the one who's like, oh, 100 transactions. Like, bro, you did 50. We know we have SDMLS. Come on. Like, let's be real here, bro. We can look you up. So when I'm seeing all that, I'm like, I don't want to be in that rat race.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided actually to join EXP. No recruiting plug or nothing. I'm just saying it's part of my journey.
Yeah.
So when I had went over there, this person that I had met was real big on micro teams. Never heard of this concept. But my mindset and my coach was saying, stop working weekends, stop showing houses, and even stop checking emails. How do you do that? You hire an assistant. They are your email. They are your phone. They are your text. You want to stop showing houses? You bring on a buyer's agent and you give them 50-50.
Yeah.
So but like, I think that's an older model, right? Very old school model. And then now coming into, you know, where we are now, that person was like, have you ever heard of a micro team? And I'm like, no. Please tell me what a micro
Yeah,
team
please.
is. Yeah, because that sounds amazing. Well, they're like, you already have the setup, right? You don't show houses, you don't work weekends, and why don't you try the micro team, which is a salaried agent? So they do like between $1,000 to $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
And then you give them 10 to 15% of the gross income, and their only job is to show houses.
Gotcha.
Right. So now you bring on a newer agent or seasoned, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're giving them a steady income, right? That's
Yeah.
what, 12 to 24 grand a year.
Yeah.
And then they're making, 10 to 15% of the gross
50% of your
commission
gross, yeah.
to show the house. Now that steps you aside from being in the transaction. And now you can just focus on, how do I get more clients to feed them?
Yeah.
Right. Or, how do I just, now, how do I start listing?
Gotcha.
Right. Because you got to list to last. Like,
Yeah.
all you guys chasing buyers, like, they're going to be dried up. You better learn how to sell.
Yeah.
And so when I was like, now that I don't have to worry about buyers, now I can focus on my skill set at the table.
Gotcha.
Right? Because one person told me, how can you ask for the commission that you want, but you're scared to ask them to sign the contract at the table?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's always like, oh, bro, when you're ready, sign it. I'll be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're there and you're demanding, 3.5% on the list side, 2.5%. You're demanding your 6%, 5.5%, whatever you list at.
Yeah.
But you can't even ask them for the signature. So that really gravitated. So I'm like, okay, I'm done checking emails, right? I'm done showing houses. Now let's focus on listings.
Gotcha.
But I don't want to list 1.5%.
Yeah.
I don't want to list 2.5%. I want to list 3.5%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So whether I get the listing or not, hey, not the industry standard,
Yeah.
my standard.
There you go.
My standard is 3.5. And if you don't like it, I can refer you out. Someone that pays 1.5, someone that pays 2%, whatever you want. But if you want to work with me, 3.5%, here's the pen. Ready? And if they sign, cool.
Yeah.
And if they don't, I'm confident enough to walk away and say,
It wasn't meant to be.
wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Wasn't meant to be. And this is my new standard moving forward.
Yeah.
So that micro team concept has been amazing. Yeah. So
And
salary.
here it is, watching your standards. Sorry, I interrupted there. Like, I see what you do. Like, I pay attention in your social media, how you bring the clients and why you set your standard high. You have facts that support that of why you're that person for that job.
Yeah,
the
the credibility.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then here's my clients.
proof.
Give them a call. You have your social proof, right?
Yeah.
But still being present though.
Of course.
Like group chats,
Yeah.
right? On like my assistant is my listing coordinator, so it's the sellers, me and her in the group chat, right? The buyers, my buyer's agent, the buyers and me still in the group chat. So you're still present,
Yeah.
still chiming in. It's not like you're on the beach in Cancun somewhere, and, no one
Figure
can
it
find
out,
you.
Jimmy.
Yeah, no, like you're bro. It's 10 minutes to answer that.
Yeah.
And now someone's learning from you, so pretty soon they can take the realm, and then now you can take that step back.
Nice.
Whatever venture it is.
So keeping on that subject, for agents that that look to join your team or that have joined your team, or possibly struggling to get business going, what advice would you give to them right now in this present market so that they could take it and hopefully jumpstart their business?
Yeah, well, I'm not bringing on agents to the team.
Yeah.
It's where we're at, right? So, but what I will say is, I love the collaboration model. You can always, my social media has my phone number, has my email. You can send me a DM, you can call, you can text, and I'll answer any question.
Nice.
It's too much out here. There's so much abundance in the world that I don't need to be a gatekeeper.
Yeah,
Still giving back.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, like
100%.
yesterday, I posted I've come to realize not a lot of agents know how to verify VA
I did see that.
approved places, and I'm
Look
like,
at
bro,
you.
we live in San Diego, like
Yeah.
you don't need to call the lender every time, like you can just go.
I'm
So
like,
it's like here, bro, like little things
Yeah.
like that call me, text me, I have agents all the time reaching out.
and there might be silly things, but those are sometimes the things that keep some agents held up, a bottleneck. Oh, I can't get through this. I think it's such a big problem. But hey, pick up the phone. You got somebody that's willing to help you. And I think the collaboration, even in our realm, like we speak to lenders outside of California, and it's all about seeing like, hey, what are you doing over there? How's that working out for you? And you come to find out a lot of similarities, but then you also find out things that is working over there that you can implement in your industry.
Yeah.
as well.
Collaboration
Yeah.
is so important.
huge.
So important.
So huge.
It is. And if somebody doesn't want to collaborate, you cool, on to the next.
Yeah,
Find,
exactly.
find somebody else who's with you. The problem is everyone wants to freaking recruit for their downline.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, oh, come over here. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
just give them what they need. Who
Yeah.
cares?
And here's the thing: there's always some type of attachment, right? But that's how a lot of times we were raised.
True,
You know, you're raised. It's like, I know when I was growing up, mijo, if you do that, it's like your competition. You know, and so you have to kind of get away from that mindset. What people don't realize, the more that I give back, it's like that. Then you have an abundance mindset, and that actually gets you to just be more successful and pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, picking and choosing battles is
Right.
huge. Yeah, I've that's been my lesson this last year, is
Nice.
picking and choosing battles, because I had to check myself. I got to the point where I'm like, no, I know how to do this. I'm the seasoned agent. This is the way we're gonna do it.
Oh.
And it's like, no, bro, chill. Now you're turning into the people we despise. Now you're turning into, I've been doing this for 18 years. That's hold on, take a
Janet,
time out.
chill.
That's not me. Like, you know, but I guess because ego, right?
Yeah.
Ego's a big thing in this business, in this industry, and people.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you got to check yourself, check the ego, and be like, no, if you want to do it that way,
Yeah.
let's explore it, how we can get it done, and it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, I think agents and lenders make decisions for their clients instead of just presenting the data. Like and I think it's the $1 million listing stigma is what killed it, right? Like, oh, let me negotiate this client and go to my client and say, I got you the best deal.
Yeah.
What if your client didn't even think that was that? What if the original proposal was the best deal?
You do watch a lot of shows, huh?
I love digesting content, and that's what I think has helped the social media aspect, is because I love content.
That's
Whether
awesome.
it's TV shows, other people's social media, you know, I give credit where credit's due, and you know, just everything. Like these people who have these creative minds, it's just you can add it.
100%, because I like to do research outside of the real estate. You know, like I want to see what other people are doing in their industry, and then how can I bring that back over here? You know, so it's digesting, but also implementing what you learn from what you see
and making it yours.
and making it yours.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about social media, that you can never run out of creativity, because all you have to do is hop on, innovate, make it yourself, and give it your own flavor. And the biggest thing is just doing it.
Yeah, and just being you.
Yeah.
And
Being genuinely you.
As I grew in this industry, you know, when you're younger, people would tell you, just be you. Your mom would, just be you, Mijo, and everything's going to be okay. And you're like, no, like, what the heck? As I got older and I was in this industry, I'm like, bro, the more that I was me, the more that I was attracting people, the more that I was winning.
The right
And
people.
The right people, because you can also go in a mindset where you were negative or not in the right place, and you'll attract that type of people. You'll attract that type of energy. And ultimately, I think it's just how you put it all out there. It comes right back to you. And if you do good by people, people will do good by you.
100%.
I always say, if you take care of people, they'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I mean, hey, 2023 was a fun year, right? So that's just to tell us that sometimes ego is just not going to work.
Yeah.
You have to pivot. You have to adjust to the times that we have. And I'm telling you, in this industry, in any business, you can't get too comfortable, because if you do, you are just left behind.
Yeah, agree.
You know,
Agree.
and I'm not just saying this in this industry, right? Like I keep telling myself, I've been doing this 18 years, and I tell myself, this is an old dog that likes to learn new tricks.
Yeah.
You know, so that I'm not stuck to my old behavior.
And that's the difference.
Right?
That's the difference maker. I'm sure you come across the same people, and it's like, bro.
You said that last year and
You
the
said
year
that,
before
yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I mean, so going to 2023, now we're in obviously 2024. Does it feel better? Does it feel like, what's your insight of moving forward? What do you think that looks like for you?
Yeah, moving forward, it's the same goal every single year. 36 transactions, 4 flips, 1 buy and hold. One guy I was talking to, and I got a little big for myself, right? I was like, yeah, I'm going to start developing. I'm going to start doing all these things. But then it's like, hold on, take a step back.
Yeah.
You know, granted, we do have a few developments coming up we're super excited about, but you can get trapped into that.
Absolutely.
Like you're like, oh, this is going to do this and this. Oh, let me dump everything into that. But it's like, bro, there is a development graveyard out there. and that's what the guy told me. He goes, hey, look, there's a development graveyard out there. I don't want to see you in there.
Yeah.
He goes, you keep it simple. You keep your head down. Look up 10 years later, see where you're at. So I started doing the math backwards, right? If I did X amount for 10 years, if I gain 1 million net worth, in 10 years, I'll be worth 10 million.
Yeah.
So what's my exit, right? You preaching, I don't want to be in this business 18 years. Well, you're at 8.
Yeah.
So you got 10 left. Like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And so, I just kept it simple. 36, 4 and 1. And whether it's this year, next year, following year, or 10 years, or even 12, it's okay. and the goal is $50K a month.
Nice.
That's it. You can live a beautiful life.
Of course.
Off that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And that's it. It's not I'm going to consistently do 500 transactions a year. It's 50 grand a month.
Hit that.
And that's
There
it.
we go.
Nice.
That's it.
So who would ever thought that, right? When you're getting in, hey, I'm out of the military and now here I am. And now look at what you're talking.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. If I can look back. Young me,
If I knew what I know now back then.
Yeah.
And one of the things I know, it's a great formula. How many people are assisting you to make sure that you're abiding by this formula that you've created for yourself?
Well, it's just internally right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep my team on the same path, right? So my assistant knows, my showing agent knows. I even tell her like, hey,
There you go.
like I'm generating all these relationships.
Yeah.
So someone's going to have to take them over when I go, whether that's you or whether that's someone else. Like, let me know so we can figure that out. But for the most part, it's just my inner circle, inner team. I kind of took a step back from getting coached.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people right now, the energy in coaching isn't really where it should be.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people talking at you, a lot of people just trying to look pretty online.
Yeah.
And so I think the era of solid, genuine coaching and game plan, like I got checked today again too.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I was talking to some guy and he's like, dude, you don't even have a plan or a vision. And I was like, well, I have a vision. Don't get me wrong, but you're right. I don't have a plan. I don't know how I'm going to get those 4 flips. I don't know how I'm going to get those 1 buy and hold. And so he was like, well, your real estate company should be the lead source for your end result.
Okay.
Right? So every listing appointment or every property that you come across, you should be looking, does it fit my lead generation of 36 transactions for your clients? Does it fit your 4 flips, right? Or does it fit your 1 buy and hold? And I was like, that's the plan.
That's the
So
plan.
now you're looking at every listing, every transaction, and you're saying, okay, not what buyer do I have?
Yeah.
Hold on. Can I flip this? My minimum is $50K. Can I make a $50K profit off this? No? Okay. Should I buy it? How much does it make coming in?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't hit. I only want the $1,000. If it doesn't hit $1,000 profit, I don't want it. So now what buyer can I push into the 36 transaction goal?
Yeah.
And I was like, there's the vision, there's the plan. Now you just got to figure out how to find the leads and the people and all the little other
There's
stuff
so
in
much
between.
to it.
Oh, sweet. We got this part down. All right.
Listen, I have a house that I'm actually doing 2 ADUs on it.
Nice.
And then I have my business, and then I have my rental. So it's a lot. It gets overwhelming at time, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the fear of missing out, right? And then, can I make that work? Listen, if you can't, they say that if you can't put it in a napkin right away, it's probably not something
like
for
that.
you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of sometimes like, let's just keep going. And do I
Keep it
really want to
simple.
push myself? Keep it very
Yeah.
simple.
Keep it short and simple.
Yeah, military said kiss.
Yeah,
Kiss.
I was
Keep
just
it simple,
Yeah.
stupid, right? That's, so just
in
keep
my
it simple.
early sales training. That's one of the acronyms they use. KISS.
Yeah.
Keep it short and simple.
No, that's awesome, man. Again, everything that we do here is about giving back to the community. And I mean, DJ, you're awesome. I see what you do.
Thank you.
I can feel it in your heart. You wear your heart in your sleeve.
do, yeah.
Definitely.
And then you have a great support person.
I do.
Just massaging you, saying, "Mijo, come on."
Hey, I want
got it.
to give a big shout out to
Yes.
the wife right now. Yo, girl, keep doing your thing. This man's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
That's right.
Big support,
Shout out to
power
you,
couple.
boo.
It's a team effort.
It
it's
it
a team
is.
thing.
And a lot of people you can get really deep here or we can get surface level, but if you don't have that support or if everyone in your support doesn't understand your vision, going back to that same question you said, then that's it. Like you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Big
way
time.
you can, if you can't confidently sit down at the table with your kids and your wife and say, look, I'm going to be doing what I got to do for the next 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is. But this is how it's going to affect us. And this is what everyone's going to see.
Yeah.
Then, and they're going to be like, Dad, why are you sitting on the couch on Saturday and not hosting an open house? Right? Like think about it. If you sit down with your kids and say, where do you want to go
Yeah.
for vacation? What do you want to do? They'll tell you. And then, so now it's like, okay, how do I fund that?
Nice.
How do I do that? Right? And then you start getting cool with it. Okay, how can I fly in first class?
Oh, nice.
How can I take a week
motivation
off?
changes.
How can I be at Disneyland and not have my phone on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is like game changer.
So
And
your goal is to change the traditional way of doing things.
100%.
Because I'm sure you flew first class when you were a kid, right? Never. And you got to go anywhere you wanted, right?
Never.
And I'm sure your dad said these things that he was going to do for you too, right?
You know, I had the conversation. I had that conversation with my dad, and I was like, you know, I don't think it's like our parents' thing. I think it's a generational,
absolutely,
and a Hispanic, a black, a white. It's a limit that the culture and society puts on you and says, like you said, no, mijo, we can't do that.
Yeah.
You can only do this. But once you be that broken link and you say, yes, we can do that. Oh, it's game over.
It goes
That's
to what
awesome.
you said earlier in the conversation. People don't buy houses in the military because their higher ups don't know any better, and they probably didn't get any better from their higher ups. So it's not their fault. It's just a miss. How do I say it? It's just a bad system that never got put into the right way.
It's a guidance, whatever.
It's
Yeah,
a bad system that never got actually put into the way that
they're there for a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your mission is very different,
and not lose anybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's their mission.
That's it. And no harm to them because that wasn't their job.
No, exactly. It's not. And to put pressure. I mean, people have wives, people have kids, and then military is not the most financially rich people. Like all the military is financially stable, but definitely strapped for cash.
Yeah.
And then you throw a couple kids in the mix on that. Oh man, I mean, you guys see the numbers all the time.
Yeah, I tell you, the military's pretty well off. Look at they have the best views here in North Island. Like, they have the best real estate.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
Well, I just had my first.
Oh,
not
what?
just. She's a year.
Nice.
So my wife kills me all the time. I'm like, yeah, I got a newborn. She's like, you don't have a newborn. And then we got one on the way.
Congratulations.
Whoa.
Yeah, we have another girl. So
leading right into the one of the final questions. How do you find the harmony between everything that you're doing right now and your family time? You're now you have a daughter. You have another one on the way. Your husband. I know date nights are very, very special and you're much needed.
Yeah.
And you can't miss a tea time. How do you recharge after all this, bro?
Yeah. No, I cannot miss a tea time. No, I mean, it's integration. Right? Everyone wants to talk about balance.
Let's go.
Right? But when you have a pendulum, I think that's the name.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you take off something over here, something's sacrificing, right? Something's giving. So you can't have that perfect balance because you're going to lose something. So why not have an integration, right? Like I'm really, like my schedule is everything. Like from 5 to 7, it's me time.
Gotcha.
Whether I want to sleep in, whether I want to do yoga, whether I want to meditate, whether I want to do something, it's me time. Between 7 and 9 is family time. So whether me and the wife and the daughter go on a walk, whether we just watch Miss Rachel, whatever it is, it's family time. Then, I get to the office at 10, right? I leave the house around 9, 9:30, sometimes 10, because, it just carries its life, yeah? And then, but now I'm consciously saying, no, I can't just mindlessly scroll. I can't just BS at the water cooler, talk about everyone's day and weekend. No, here it is. I have my set schedule, 1 to 3, you're prospecting, following up, blah, 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 blah. And then, at 4 o'clock, that's when I shift back to the family time. And I do plug in those days. Wednesday and Friday after 6, it's date night. But I mean, if an appointment comes up, then we just shift, right? But that's the integration, is being able to shift it, or saying, hey, I know I have an appointment tonight. How about we go to breakfast, hang out, do our thing, and then I'll work in the second half of the day. But that didn't just come. Like it was like a really like fighting act, because what you see on social media, how you're like, everyone has like, oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm doing it well and I have this
behind the scenes, homie.
They don't tell you that's their third wife. They don't tell you that, like that's all, like that they're $50K in debt.
Before I took that picture, he was crying.
You know what I'm saying? They don't say any of those things. So it's like, it's an integration that you just have to have and you just have to understand. And then when you have that conversation, say, hey, you wanted that first class trip.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to take.
Of course.
And
sacrifice.
That's it. It's yeah.
But earlier you say you had no plan.
Well,
that's a plan. Listen,
it's a vision.
Yeah. Having a schedule is a plan. Yeah. That's what's going to get you to have that successful day. Yeah, that's what's going to get you to meet those numbers, right?
True.
So that's what's going to get you to pay attention to what your goals and dreams are, so that you give to the little ones,
Yeah. So we do have plans.
So we do,
We have a vision.
Listen,
we're in there.
I'm going to be honest. I have no daily plan. I don't.
Okay.
I've been used to winging things. Is that the best? No. Has it worked for me for many years? It did.
Yeah.
But now that's where the old dog likes to learn new tricks. I have to start implementing some type of schedule plan, right?
Right.
So that we can start meeting those goals and start achieving.
Yeah,
and a lot of times that's what helps our clients. I rather help the client, like you rather help your client than let somebody else help them. So
sure.
we got to make the calls and we got to set that plan so that we can,
Execute.
that's
100%.
it. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
DJ, we're getting here to the end of the show. We could talk for days.
I miss him.
Man.
I miss him already.
I am conscious of your time, though. I know you're very busy, and I appreciate you taking the time to coming down, speak to us here.
Yes.
But was there anything that we didn't touch subject on that you want to, shed some light on, maybe highlight? Anything you want to leave the, the audience with? Anything you want to share?
Yeah. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Of course.
I would just say this, man. Like, we get so caught up on life and chasing everything, and don't focus on everyone else. Just focus on you. Focus on your goals and your plans. Who cares what you're doing? Who cares what you're doing? Support them.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
give them the love and respect that they deserve, but just stay in your own lane. Because your lane is going to be real nice. Trust me, your lane is nice. And if you stay in it and, you reach out and you help people along the way, your lane's beautiful.
That's awesome, man. No, that's
beautiful.
words of wisdom. And he's only 14 years old.
DJ, where can people connect with you? Where can people, reach you? And if they want to ask you questions, collaborate with you, where
Yeah.
can people, get a hold of you?
Yeah, obviously Instagram, Real Estate by DJ, Facebook, Real Estate by DJ. Everything is Real Estate by DJ. Just Google it,
Nice.
and everything is there. That's all you need.
Awesome.
Yeah.
DJ, thank you so much once again. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our episode with DJ Gutierrez, owner of Beyond the Keys Realty. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like, share this with your friends, family, and don't miss out on this episode. See you
Yeah.
guys on the next one.
Thanks for all the Go Nuggets.
Yep.
Let's go.
Thanks, guys.
Of course.